In today's English lesson, we are going to take English words you probably know and smush them together to form English words you probably don't know. But guess what? Native English speakers say them all the time. And I'm filming this English lesson right near a big pile of dirt. So let's walk up here and take a look. And we're gonna have to do it quickly because I think a thunderstorm is coming. While we are walking up there, let's do an easy one to start off with. We will take the word breakfast and combine it with the word lunch, and guess what word we get? Brunch. And just in case you don't know what brunch is, it's kind of like what it sounds like. It's a meal in between breakfast and lunch. Yeah, we made it to the top. And guess what day of the week Americans will have brunch the most? It's not Monday, it's not Tuesday, it's Sunday. I'm not sure I can be up here, but let's take a quick look and see what they're digging. Nah, looks like they stopped digging. I would go closer to the hole, but I don't want to fall. The next one you probably saw on the thumbnail to this lesson, and that is smush. And that comes from combining words like smash, mash, crush. It just means to make something smaller. And that's what we are doing to English words today. Tall grass around here looks like the perfect place for snakes to hide, so I want to get out of here. I just saw a couple bolts of lightning, so I'll do the next one here and maybe we'll see some lightning behind me. The next one is going to be horrible plus awful, which makes horrible. That's really bad. If you know what awful means and you know what horrible means, those are both really bad things. Like the weather that's coming this way, it's probably awful. It's probably horrible. Oh, you hear the thunder? But if it's really, really bad, it's horrible. And a basketball player named Shaquille O'Neal, he's the one that invented this word.
Buy you a new jacket? What's wrong with this one? That's horrible. No, you know what that is? That's horror awful. That's horrible and awful mixed together. Horror awful.
And that jacket was pretty horrible. For this next word, we are gonna do it in the rain, but we are going to take the word friend and combine that with the word enemy. You know, friend, that's a person you can trust, person you like. Enemy, a person you can't trust, a person you probably don't like, a person who probably wants bad things to happen to you. But a frenemy is a little of both. It's a person that wants to be your friend, but they might say bad things about you when you're not around. For this next one, we're gonna run over to that web-like thing. In the rain. I'm not even sure what you call this in English. Maybe you can climb on it? I don't know. Ooh, we got the dad shoes. Hey, we're up here now. Okay, for the next one, we need to take the word stay, which means not moving, and the next one, vacation, that means a time that you don't have to work. We're gonna combine them to make a new word, staycation. So that's when you don't have to work, but maybe you don't have enough money to actually go away on vacation. For a staycation, you just stay at your house. And I think a lot of Americans are probably going to take a staycation this summer because gas prices are so high. Speaking of high, maybe I should try to get down from this web thing. Oh, there we go. All right, now It's not raining that much anymore. Somebody left their basketball. Do you think I can make a hoop? I'm dribbling the ball right now. All right, one shot. We'll see if I can do it. If I don't drop the ball first. It went in, one-handed. I'm not that good at basketball. This next one, let's go over here. All right, have you heard the word alcoholic? It's not a good thing. I hope none of you are alcoholics. It's a pretty serious thing, but it's a person who drinks so much alcohol, they can't stop. They need to get some help for that. We have 3 other words that we smushed together, and they almost sound like alcoholic. The first one is a workaholic. Can you imagine what a workaholic is? That is someone that works way too much. They can't stop. It's probably not healthy. They probably don't spend that much time with their family. This next one, I am not, but it's shopaholic. That's a person who loves shopping. Now, sometimes a shopaholic spends too much money, and that's bad. But some people will joke that they're shopaholics. They just like to go shopping. Hey, shout out to Amina. She's a channel member. She might be a shopaholic. The next one, I am definitely one of these. And that is a chocoholic. A chocoholic. Can you think of what a chocoholic loves? Well, if you guessed chocolate, you would be right. Do you know what else you can smush? Subscribe buttons. If you're learning any kind of English here, do you mind subscribing to the channel? But I just did that with paper. The verb we would probably actually use for what I just did is crumple. I just crumpled this piece of paper, but don't forget, subscribe. You'll never guess, but somebody actually left another basketball over there. I'll try to get another shot in this hoop. But while I'm walking over to get that basketball, let's talk about another word that we get by smushing 2 words together, and that is chillax. Chillax. We take chill, we combine it with relax. Do you know what relax is? I hope so. You probably do that on vacation. It's where you don't have to do a lot of stuff, where you have a lot of free time. And guess what chill is? It's basically the same thing. It's a time where you don't have to do a lot. You can actually relax if you're chilling. So we just combine those 2 words and we say chillax. One of my favorite things to do when I'm not filming English lessons is to chillax. All right, this one, it's not as tall. This is probably because I'm out of school and it's for little kids. Let's see if I can go 2 for 2. Let's see if I can get 2 balls in the hoop in a row. I just did one over there. I'm gonna try one here. One-handed. Missed. There's a couple buildings over here. Let's check them out. Oh, did you hear that loud noise? I think it was a motor to somebody's car. All right, the next one is smoke plus fog equals smog. Do you know what smog is? When you hear smog, these are big tires. I wonder why a school has such big tires. When you hear smog, think pollution. Think like bad things in the air that could hurt you if you breathe them in. So if you ever see big cities that have a lot of pollution, they might also have a lot of smog. It looks a lot like fog, only it's there because of pollution, because it's polluted. It's a weird building. Looks like it's falling apart. But there's an air conditioner here for some reason. Air conditioner. The next one is breathalyzer. Breath. It's what you breathe. Breathalyzer. The next part is analyze. That's when you try to figure something else. You examine it, you study it. A breathalyzer, well, police officers use it quite often. Alcoholics might know a lot about a breathalyzer. Well, a breathalyzer is something you might have to breathe into, and it measures how much alcohol is in your blood. So if you ever get stopped by the police in the United States and they think you might have been drinking a little bit too much, they might ask you to blow into a breathalyzer. That way they can see if you're drunk or not. If you're too drunk to drive, you might have to go to jail or pay a fine. Speaking of the police, check out this one where I actually was stopped by the police while I was teaching English. Thanks for watching. See you next time.